I'm hard to love, my love is not common.
Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your boy Mashano and I'm back again with another reaction. But before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like the video and share. Spread the news about King Shano's podcast. Okay, so today we are reacting to Candace Owens. The biggest problem with women of today. That's quite an interesting topic to discuss. Let's dive right in.
You know what I always say? Experiment with both and tell me what makes you feel better. And that is the truth when it comes to young women, because I dedicated my first episode to young women and really talking to them about these are the options that are being presented to you. Less. Take off more clothes, do the most to get attention, right? If you think that that's freedom, the idea that you have to wear less, the idea that you have to get naked to be heard, you really think that's a form of freedom? Because that's slavery, that's bondage. I didn't have to take off my clothes to be heard in society. And these women will realize that when you follow these people that are, self-imposed feminists, I'm a feminist, I do this, I'm a feminist, you hear that word over and over and over again, you'll find that the majority of them are miserable. Look at their lives and ask yourself a question. Do you think they are happy? Do you feel good when you do what they do? Right? When you're constantly looking for a dopamine hit from social media because you took your clothes off and you want somebody in your comments, a thirst trap with your ass out, right? And you want someone in your comments going, "Oh, you slay, bae. You slayed the day, bae." Hashtag Tuesdays, am I right?
Yeah.
And you do this stuff for attention, and you're devaluing yourself. And at the end of the day, you don't actually feel good, and it's not going to bring you happiness, right? So yeah, you can get guys sliding in your DM. You can get guys telling you look good. You can get guys that want to sleep with you. How many of these people actually get guys that want to stay with you, right?
Facts. Look, don't hate the player, hate the game. It's true, you're putting yourself out on the internet like that, half naked. You're going to get a lot of guys in your DM. But trust me, 99.99999% of all these guys in your DM are only attracted to what you've shown them. Okay? They're only attracted to what you've presented. So trust me, that's 100% fact. Let's continue.
Are not in somebody else's DM. The same way that you found him is the same way he's going to find somebody else, because we are increasingly becoming a part of a society that's ADHD. You want to know why our grandparents stayed together? Because they weren't looking at ass cheeks all day on Instagram and refreshing it and going, oh, well, that girl looks younger, that girl looks better, that girl's face tuned, and I think that is what these young women that they're following are telling them. You've got 13-year-olds getting lip injections, right? Because they want to look like Kylie Jenner. Again, not a shot to Kylie Jenner, but what society have we created that ever made Kylie Jenner feel like she had to go out and buy those lips, that she had to contour her entire face and change her entire body? She was already a beautiful little girl. So the society is ill. It's not normal, right? Don't let these people convince you that that's normal. That's cancer, and that cancer will become contagious to you if you accept that. You don't follow better role models.
Okay, so my thing is, everybody should be their authentic selves. And I understand for ladies, it's a bit difficult because for me, I can just set up my camera and then jump right in front of it. But for a lady, she would want to look, appropriate according to their own standards. Right, they want to put on the wig, they want to wear a little makeup, they want to have their nails down and all that before they can put themselves out there. That's fine. But to the extent of today, you have, like she said, I don't think I even have to react to everything she's saying. Everything she's saying here is real. Even here in Ghana, you find girls who are 17, 18, already doing liposuction, wherever they get the money from to go and be doing all those surgeries just to, get validation from strangers on the internet. It's getting crazy. Ladies, it's not worth it. If you have to go through all that for a man's attentions, for a man's approval, that is not worth it. Like she said earlier, it's slavery. That is the actual slavery, right? That is actual slavery. Let's continue.
It seems to me a lot of women, when they hear conservative values, the trigger to them, and I could be wrong, the trigger to them, it seems as, bondage, go back in the kitchen, shut up and just, just be a slave to your husband. Why do you feel like there's so much of when they're hearing about some of the things that you say, like what makes you happy is making your husband a sandwich, some people are like, that sounds crazy, right? So why do you think there's such a...
That's so very true. Like, look, you start talking to a girl here in Ghana, and then the conversation of marriage comes up. The first thing they want to talk about is they don't want to cook. It's crazy. The first thing, like ladies of today, the first conversation they want to talk about is, well, what if I'm busy and I'm at work? Like, why do you even have this at the back of your mind that you are going into something that is going to turn out to be a competition between you and your partner? Why do you even have this at the back of your mind? That, so like he said, now even cooking for your husband is termed as slavery. I don't know what you think about that.
Discuss such a rejection of that kind of idea of that kind of woman in regards to modern society.
Because we're being brainwashed via the education system.
Okay.
You learn feminism in school. Right, you learn feminism. I had to actively
define
learn it.
And for clarification, how do you define feminism?
I can tell you how they define it and what it actually is. Right,
Go
so
ahead.
feminism,
Man-hating agenda.
in school, when you learn it, is you're just fighting against the patriarchy, and you're supposed to see the patriarchy everywhere. It's the same way that critical race theory and race is being taught. The idea is they're not actually teaching you anything but how to hate white people when you're learning about race in school. And when you are learning about feminism, they're not actually teaching you anything other than how to hate men and to see the patriarchy and men putting you down everywhere, right? So when you have that form of
What did I just say? Man-hating agenda. Don't play with me.
conditioning taking place in the school system, you're producing women that see the patriarchy everywhere. It becomes like a paranoia, right? Oh my God, I'm asked me to make a sandwich. Oh my God, can I make a sandwich? And then that's it, I'm trapped. And they're actually not realizing that there actually was an incentive behind you even being taught that. You've never actually lived the life of making a husband a sandwich, and they think that's going to send you back and suddenly you're going to lose your voting rights and you're not going to be able to go get work. There was a time when there was a need for feminism, first wave feminism, right? But first wave feminists would want nothing to do with third wave feminists, which is where we're at today, right? Women that think that actually first wave feminists, you could argue, envied men. Right? They wanted to be able to go to work. They wanted to have that option to be something outside of the home. Right? Now we have that option, and we're being told the exact opposite, which is that everything in the home is bad. And that's what you call throwing out the baby with the bathwater. There are some really amazing things. I think the best things that come from being at home. Sometimes I think we got the bad end of the deal. Right? I'm like, wait, we got to stay at home and do nothing and spend our husband's money and somebody complained?
Yeah.
That's a joke, guys.
That's a joke. But no, and to me, I think that's the part where, I've unfortunately seen that happen so much in society, that there's such a mischaracterization to me of what people think as stay-at-home mothers and traditional women. There's such a mischaracterization, like these women were prisoners,
right?
And so whereas, like you said, I think first wave feminism wanted women to have a choice, but then third wave, the choice is gone. You must choose what we want for
exactly
you, right?
What we want is you need to be top 40 Forbes company, a corporation. If you don't have that, then you somehow failed.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that is so backwards and so wrong. And it also goes against biology.
Yeah.
It goes against biology. There's a reason, biological underpinning to everything that we have in the society. People keep trying to outthink biology. It doesn't work that way, right?
Yeah.
There's a reason, women can carry children and men can't. So that instantly allows man to have different goals in terms of the workforce than women, because that means we have to make a decision. Do we have children or continue working in our career or try to juggle both? Men don't have that same pressure, and it's not their fault. They didn't design this. Men weren't like, well, I have an idea. Let's not be able to carry children, only let women be able to do that. And so there's the biological reality of that. And increasingly you see women that go for it in terms of their career because they have the societal pressure, and then it's too late. And then they realize, wow, this job is not making me happy, but my gosh, can I just tell you as a new mom what you feel like when your son smiles at you? Like, when your baby looks up at you, there's no greater feeling of accomplishment. Like there is none. I have accomplished a lot in my life in terms of my career, and I can tell you there is nothing that satisfies me more than just my baby smiling at me. And we're taking that away from women because we're telling them that's the wrong aspirations to have in life.
Another thing that I've noticed.
Okay, so I think I'm going to end it here. I'm going to have a part 2 of this, and I'll have a friend who holds some feminist views to react to this, and let's see how that reaction goes. Until then, I'm your boy Mashano. Like, subscribe, and share. Alright, catch you on the next episode.
It's like your shadow. Majofwe can you say? Minyo suma mafeya bo. Koje lobi min suma bo. Ngona wa min kalipo. Sumaya hene sumaya. Not a joke. Majofwe can you say? Give me one more chance. Let me make things right.